Hello, welcome to Dave's Auto. Today I will be working on a 2019 Nissan Altima with the 2.5 liter engine in there, 4-cylinder. Custom brought it in to the shop and it was towed to the shop. It wouldn't crank, it wouldn't turn over. I tested the battery seems to be okay. So I tested the starter and the starter is bad. So today I will be replacing the starter on the 2019 Nissan Altima. Alright, so the first thing you want to do is you want to go ahead and disconnect the battery because we're going to be working with power. There's direct cable from the positive to the starter, so you want to make sure that the battery is disconnected, otherwise you might shorten some circuit in the system if the power cable is grounded anywhere. So the first thing is to disconnect the battery. All right, it is a 10 millimeter nut over here, so we'll go ahead and disconnect that. You can either disconnect the positive or the negative. Let's go ahead and disconnect the negative over here. And we could just move it to the side. Okay, so we know it's disconnected. The next thing we want to do is go ahead and remove these tabs, clips holding the cover. Just remove everything. You could just use a flat head screwdriver to pry it out, or a crowfoot to remove it. Alright, I already removed as much as possible, and you really don't need to remove everything. If you can remove it halfway to this side, just be able to lift it up. The reason why we are removing that is over here, the intake, one of the hoses over here, there is another clip that holds it, so you can remove that clip, and then it's missing those clips anyway, but I wanted to let you know, so you can take those clips off. Alright, once you do that, the next thing is you can go ahead and unplug the mass airflow sensor. Also take it out, move it to the side. You can go ahead and remove the 10 millimeter bolt here that holds the intake box. Just take it and put it away. You also want to go ahead and loosen the clamp over here. Just move it back so you can remove the hose. Okay, so it's removed, and also remove the clamp on the intake hose so you can pull the whole assembly out. Okay. So that is removed, so now we can go ahead and pull the whole assembly out in one piece. Okay, like so. And then you can put it on the side. So now we can see everything here. Okay, and that's the starter right there. That's the starter right there. Okay, so the next thing we want to do is go ahead and remove the positive cable going to the starter. Over here, it's going to be a 12 millimeter bolt, a nut right there. Yeah, right here. It's a 12 millimeter nut. Let's remove that. Okay, So that's the nut over here is almost out. Okay, right here. And then you can lay it to the side and then remove the cable. Okay. So yeah, that's the cable. Just put it to the side. And then the next thing is we want to remove the other wire from the ignition. Yep. I believe it's 8mm, but let me check. Yes, it's an 8mm nut on there. So I'm taking it out right now. Okay, right here. Okay, that's it right here. So we can move that to the side as well. So it will be out of the way. And then the next step is to remove the bolts. The bolts that are holding the starter to the engine. Okay, it is a 16mm bolt. So this is one right here. If you follow my fingers, one right there, and then there's one over here. One over there, over here. Okay. If you take this out, you should be able to see it clearly. Okay. So right here. That's it right there. Okay. Alright. So 16mm bolt. So we need a 16mm socket to take it out. Okay, so this is ready to come out. Okay, that's a very long bolt. Alright. And then there's another one down here. That one is getting ready to come out as well. I'm assuming that's a long bolt as well. Okay, right here. Well, not as long as the first one. And then I'm assuming this is ready to be pulled out. Okay, so that's out right here. Alright folks, so this is how you pull this axle out, and to put it in, it's going to be in a reverse order. Alright, thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and to share. See you in the next one.